Hello, this is a message for someone who has been recently feeling more and more upset because they feel like their interests are becoming mainstream. Okay, so if this message is for you, you might have been into things for years that only now are becoming super popular or you perceive as a mainstream. Okay, and this, I want you to know first things first, what I'm getting here is that this is perception based. So this might just be your perception. Maybe you've become aware of, I don't know why I'm getting this, like a TikTok thing, like a movement, like a, I don't know, like there's some kind of new trend. Maybe it's a new core thing, right? Like, when witchcore came around, like something like that, and is bugging you. Like once you found out about it and you took a, how they call it, a deep dive into it, got exposed to a bunch of it, you were like annoyed, okay? And the reason you felt annoyed is because you feel like these things you have known about and been interested in and been practicing for a really long time, and maybe people acted like you were really weird and French for it, and you didn't feel like people properly respected or appreciated what you were doing, and seeing it be so openly normalized and celebrated now by either a group of people online or a movement, or maybe it's a generational thing where you're like, oh, so now young people are into this and I'm older, or something like that. Okay, so this is happening to show you that everything is cyclical. Okay, there were people older than you that felt this way about your generation when you guys started renaming things and reframing them in your style. Okay, so say I'm gonna use the witchcraft example because I don't know what else to use, and it's my area of expertise, but it could apply to anything. Okay, so say back in the 60s when people started really getting into Wicca or whatever, and Wicca took off as a religion. When those people were older and Wicca had a revival in the 90s, I'm sure a lot of them were annoyed by the way people in the 90s spun Wicca to their new to what were they, the new millennium, right? How the new approach. I'm sure a lot of older Wiccans were very annoyed by, say, Charmed, and then I'm sure a lot of, old school Wiccans might have also been annoyed by Harry Potter, okay? But now, all those people that are a bit older now that grew up with the 90s and early 2000s Wicca revival and the Harry Potter days, now when they see the witch core thing, or the, what do they call it, baby witches or whatever the hell, maybe they're annoyed by that. In the same way those people were annoyed by us, when we were doing that when we were younger, okay? So the reason this is all happening is life is cyclical, Life is a spiral. This is also just facts, right? That if you, I say it's facts, but I understand most people don't think that. Life is a spiral, and if you pay attention to your own life, you will see how everything comes back around. Everything comes back around, and the lessons just come back around, and you zero in on the details, and you become more and more precise and intricate in your perception of things. You understand things more finely, more up close, okay? But this is just, part of learning about that for you. If you're a person that's feeling annoyed because of a new generational take on something that was near and dear to you since maybe you were, a teenager yourself, and now you're an adult and you're seeing teenagers getting into something from this new angle, as if it was new, right? As if they just discovered it. And, you know, just remember that there was someone in their 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s looking at you that way when you were 20 years old or 15 years old, getting into it as well. Okay? And the only reason this is happening is for your growth. The reason this is triggering you is so you can come to these realizations that just like the seasons are cyclical and relationships are cyclical and life itself is cyclical. If you're a woman, your entire body and existence is cyclical. Then you just need to understand that knowledge and mass perception of things is equally cyclical as well. So this is just why this is bothering you so much, is so you work on this lesson and you learn to integrate it, and you learn to just bless people on their path whenever they find it, and you learn to find, I mean, what I think is best, just for your own happiness, is to be happy for people when they find their path, and understand that everyone goes through different things. And if this is the way they're getting into it, well, God bless them. The same that it was wonderful for you when you got into it with whatever other framework you had at the time. This is what's available to the young people now. Or even if they're older and they're getting into it now, well, be happy for them. And I hope that helps.